So we talked about Justin Timberlake was suing the police department in Sag Harbor because they were going to release the footage. So they did release the footage.
Timberlake's lawyer says that the footage would devastate the pop star's privacy and cause severe and irreparable harm to his reputation.
There's rumors that filmmaker Tyler Perry and the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Marlo, they are dating. Isn't Tyler Perry in trouble with the menses? I was watching Zendaya was on. She's in this new movie coming out. And they were saying how they took some of the pictures from her and her co-star from Spider-Man. And they're saying like they really got married and it's a whole relationship. She's like, oh yeah, and I'm marrying him too, and I'm marrying him too. Like people took some AI stuff and like you said, you can do your whole relationship. AI it, make it look like multiple women have been sharing their screenshots of these alleged DMs from the rapper Game. And what he does is he starts with just F3. So everybody's like, oh, you know, what's this about? And then he goes on, he says, shit, my bad. I saw a snack and thought this was a vending machine.
You are now tapped into That's What I'm Saying, the Grown Folks podcast for hip-hop, entertainment, dating, sex, relationships, and social issues affecting our communities from a sometimes ratchet, but mostly woke perspective. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara.
Hey. So look, y'all, follow the show in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us grow. Also, subscribe to our very new YouTube channel. It's The Real TwizPod, and follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. And if you got a little dilemma, a little something messy for the Weekend Z Report, or you want to be a guest or sponsor the show, hit our link tree. That's linktree/TwizPod. So all right, fam, let's get into it. My sister, how are you? And what do we call this episode?
I'm good. Spring is among us. The first day of spring was yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah. We had some nice weather, although we still have some snow here, there, and everywhere.
Well,
the weather is getting nice. I heard y'all have your toes out over there.
Absolutely.
As always. But yeah, outside of that, things are good. I have no real complaints. So there's rumors that filmmaker Tyler Perry and the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Marlo, they are dating. So the reason why this caught my eye was because I thought, now wait a minute here. Isn't Tyler Perry in trouble with the menses? And then second, I thought, isn't Marlo Nene Leakes' best friend? Like Marlo worked her way on the show. Like years ago.
Are they still friends though?
I don't even think they're best friends anymore. Listen, ever since Nene got a new face, she's like, he said, new phone, who this? New face, who this? I don't even know. Nene Leakes don't look like a Nene no mo. I'm Nene no mo. NOMO, no mo. So anyway, this Marlo made her way up, and I think Marlo even had like some type of spinoff. She's in the business. So I dug a little deeper, and I'm like, now, are they really together? What is this about? It turns out that this rumor of them together, and it's pictures and everything. What you laughing so hard about over there?
Because I already
It turns out that the rumors is just a rumor because it was all AI. It's the AI generated photos of them kissing.
I'm about to go in AI my whole entire dating life. Can we do that? If this is
So this had me because the first thing I looked at and I was like, wait a minute, Marlo. And I thought to myself, Marlo probably saw Tyler Perry at an event and knew everything that was going on with him in the menses and said, you know what? How much is Tyler worth? And she said, I could get past it. That's what I thought. I was like, you know what? She just
you think they're really dating?
No, before the rumors were squashed, I'm saying at first the headline itself had me. And I was like, oh, well, Marlo probably said, fuck it. I can get past it. I was like, cause ain't no way she don't know what's going on. Ain't no way. She don't know about sisters,
live in Atlanta.
sisters
Don't
divorce.
y'all live in Atlanta?
Why did I get married? Medea. There's no way she don't know all these allegations coming for the Perry. But he's worth a lot of money though. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, maybe she's looking past it. Turns out listen to this. Turns out that they were at some type of brunch and they just met for the first time. And people took them pictures and created a whole AI relationship with them. How crazy is that?
I said I'm going to AI my whole past relationships. If this is what we're doing in this day and age. I just thought this was so funny because I think Tyler Perry dating any woman is funny. And there's that.
The goose is loose.
I don't know why I think this is so funny though. Like I
saw the headline.
Tyler Perry dating any woman with a vajayjay is just hilarious to me.
Well, he was with, is it her name Galila?
The one he had this baby with? He had a baby.
And he was married before, right?
Who told you that? Medea told you that?
Yup, that's exactly who told me.
Medea must
Your
have told
Honor,
you that.
Your Honor,
Mm.
Your Honor. I mean,
No.
I don't know. So anyway, so because it was all a lie and it was all AI, that just had me cracking up. I was like, what are the chances? Like the rumor
I'm
didn't make it
dying
too
over
far.
here.
But people are taking pictures so much so that I was watching Zendaya was on, who was she on? Was she on was it Conan? No, it wasn't Conan. Anyway, one of these late night shows because she's in this new movie coming out. And they were
Mhm.
saying how they took some of the pictures from her and her co-star from Spider-Man.
Mhm.
And they're saying like they really got married and it's a whole
Yeah, they're
relationship.
getting married or they're getting married or
And it's
something.
like, she's like, "Oh, it was like AI." It's like she made like a spoof out of it. Like all this stuff is AI generated. Like, no. She's like, "Oh yeah, and I'm marrying him too. And I'm marrying him too." Like she had jokes about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. People took some AI stuff and she's like, "It's AI people." Like, no, it's not. So like you said, you can do your whole relationship, AI it, make it look like something. Have you seen the baby singing? The AI baby singing?
I seen all these AI babies
I love
singing.
them.
Yeah, I know you do. Break dancing and beatboxing and all kind of stuff.
For that it is good fun. For that it is good fun. Speaking of good fun,
Mhm.
the fans are going in on Steph Curry. He's wishing his wife Aisha Curry a happy 37th birthday. And he
Mhm.
sends, online a very nice message, and it's very simple, but let me tell you where it gets ratchet. So he says, "Happy birthday to the one that makes this whole thing work. This past year has
Aw.
been one of my favorites. The determination to go after what you want, the grind, the work behind the scenes, stepping into new versions of you with courage that inspires me every day. I love it." He added, "You don't play when it comes to our family. Our kids know you always show up and have their back no matter what. With the biggest heart I know. We are lucky and we love you." So, of course, that was
Mhm.
nice, right? 37, they still together, and then there was a couple of pictures and selfies of them. Hey, family, them together. He love that girl. He love that
He sure
girl.
do. And they 4 kids.
But guess what? Nope.
Because the
Internet,
internet is
we'll
undefeated. Go
never forget
ahead.
that interview she did. We'll never forget that interview she did on, what was it, on the talk, the View, the talk.
I don't know, but she must have been she was mad that day or something.
Well, no, remember, no, we talked about it because she was saying
We
that
did.
like a lot of her life was dedicated to him and his career, and she felt like she kind of put herself on the shelf.
Mhm.
She didn't have a
She
chance to
wanted to
have a
be the
hot girl.
baker and the candlestick maker. Mhm.
She didn't have a chance to have a hot girl summer. She didn't have a chance to.
And I sympathize with her because she's,
Right,
how young
she
were
was
they when they got
young.
married? She was very
Right.
young,
That was all she was
and
saying.
it's not like you married, Bob the Builder. You married
Right.
Steph Curry, right?
You married a Curry, biatch.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's how it is.
You were so anyway,
But
so I had to go into the comments. So they were saying the only shot Curry missed.
talking about
Talking about
her,
her.
talking about his
They said
wife.
they said, "She's not for you, bro." Somebody said, "I love you, bro. I don't think she's the one for you. Gang gang. You deserve better." She about to slander his name again.
Again, he said, "I love you, bro, but I don't think she the one for you, gang." I like that.
Despite all this, she still want out. Damn, he couldn't just wish her happy birthday because
I
basically
know.
the fans ain't gonna forget. We ain't gonna forget that she said
Yeah, that was a brutal moment. In which she spoke her truth, and she probably shouldn't have said it on a podcast. That's all.
yeah, that was it. Cause he put it like this. He had a chance to still do his thing, hypothetically, if he really wanted to. Whereas she
Mhm.
had to lock it up and hang it up, and get married and have kids. And that's all she was saying. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair.
I get it. I sympathize. I just think the way she put it out there, like, girl.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was supposed to be girlfriend talk on the phone with a glass of wine,
Mhm.
not for the podcast, for the world. Like, that's
Kiki, and then jump in your Rolls Royce and be like with the car seat in the back,
going back.
whatever.
Yeah, that was just a little bit like, but it's unfortunate because a lot of people can relate to her, but don't have the money to back it up. A lot of women can relate. They were like, "Shoot, she need to shut up."
It's like we doing way more for a whole lot less.
Yeah, okay. This shit, that's where people was like, vroom, vroom, vroom. They was mad.
Mhm.
Smoke was coming out engines.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, must be nice
I
to
get it.
complain in that way. And if you divorce
I
him, you
get
don't
it.
get another NBA player. Anyway, so
Mhm.
speaking of players, multiple women have been sharing their screenshots of these alleged DMs from the rapper Game. So the Game don't got no game. All right. He's out there, he's dating, and he's in the DMs. He's in the DMs. Check your
Uh-huh.
DMs. And what he does is he starts with just F3. So everybody's like, "Oh, what's this about?" And then he goes on, he says, "Shit, my bad. I saw a snack and thought this was a vending machine." Was it just that simple?
So evidently not, because somebody screenshotted it and put it up.
Many women were like, "You know what?" And many women were like, "Yeah, he's been saying the same thing to me too. That's just he gets the conversation going. Doesn't mean he doesn't get a response. So he goes on. So, and he had a good attitude about it. Like, people had jokes, ludicrous. He dropped a few like LOL emojis, like laughing emojis under it. And he says, "Hey, yo, unplug the whole vending machine."
And he approaches it like a vending machine. That's why he puts in F3.
Yes. Yep.
The bag of
Like,
Doritos.
looking like a snack. That was slick. That was funny.
It was kind of slick. I don't know. Everybody's not gonna go for that.
Well, some people said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, it's a different playing field. So if he's doing it and it's working for him, keep it going. But then he said he retired the F3. He was like, F3 is officially retired.
Okay, so what is it now?
F3 is now officially retired. Peace out. We shot, we scored, we had a good run. On to bigger and better things. F4 coming soon.
F4 coming soon. I like it.
Yeah, so from what I know, there is like a dating app for celebrities. Like, it's a little underground dating app, for celebrities, and there's some people on there. And I don't know, is that like Diamond or something? Anyway, I've heard of other celebrities using this site and getting together.
Okay.
Does game really need? I feel like if you can DM people on Instagram and go about it that way, and you can see their profile, at least what you're about or what you want to be about, I think that's a good way to date too. That's a good way to shoot your shot.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
think
check
so.
your DM, sister.
That's what you do, girl.
So we talked about Justin Timberlake was suing the police department in Sag Harbor because they were going to release the footage. So they did release the footage.
Timberlake's lawyer says that the footage would devastate the pop star's privacy and cause severe and irreparable harm to his reputation. Timberlake took a plea deal that amounted to a traffic violation after his arrest in June of 2024.
But they did, so evidently he must have lost because they released it. Because I've seen some screenshots of it.
His wife
is really hard.
His wife, is it Jessica Biel he's married to?
Jessica Biel.
Apparently she's pissed off about all of it, but they go through this whole sobriety test, and he was struggling to maintain his balance. He couldn't walk the straight line. He's like, I'm a little nervous. He's like, these are really hard tests. Yeah, because you're drunk, stupid.
He was trying hard not to make sure the world did not see them videos.
Oh my God. Then they like were, I guess, asking him his name, and they were like, white male. He was like, no, really? Like, he had jokes. Yeah, your sister pointed that out to me. Like, he had jokes on that. Like, white male, really? Like, wow, like, you guys are really doing your job. And he did. And the part that I didn't see, he did point out that he has a tour coming up and that he is Justin Timberlake. See, I didn't catch all that.
He won that. He was sober enough to tell him that part. I didn't see it. But.
Yeah, so he did mention his world tour.
So when I look at him, I'm like, he's looking older. He looks like, I saw a movie. I can't think of the name. Was it called Lizard or Reptile or something? Crocodile. It was a movie that he did.
Reptile.
He did recently.
That was good.
I don't know if it's called Reptile on Netflix.
It was Netflix.
It was something about an animal.
No,
but
he was killed. He was a kid.
Yeah. He did a really great job.
Good. That was good.
But in my mind, I'm like, he did a really great job because
he's sneaky.
I don't know what to say. I'm just saying, like, he's this. We have somewhat adopted just Justin Timberlake. The Black community. We kind of embraced him some sort of ways because he had a little soul, a little flavor. But essentially, that's Jessica Biel's husband. Let's not forget.
I mean, your river.
Yeah. So, yeah, and anyway.
He's slithery. Okay, he's a slithery, sneaky.
Yeah, I don't know what that name of the movie was called. Was it called Slither? Was it called?
I think you were right. You had it right the first time.
Reptile.
I think it was Reptile
on Netflix. We don't ever know the name of anything.
Let me tell you something. Diana, if you listening, help us out. Diana said she'd be yelling at.
What she said? We'll never know.
Y'all don't never know the names. Diana, help us out. Shoot me a text message really quick.
I was right.
Yes, it was
Reptile with Benicio del Toro. Yes, that was a pretty good movie on Netflix.
Brutal Murder
with star Justin Timberlake.
Hell bent on finding the truth, a detective unwraps a mystery where nothing is as it seems.
I mean,
that was good.
Okay. Yeah, that was good one. All right. Are we ready for some?
Yes.
Some woke, some awaken?
I'm ready.
All right. So let me give you. I got a little question for you for the woke minute. Have you ever thought about what actually happens to all the waste that is collected in these porta potties? Like when you go to festivals and you see them on the side of the road or at construction sites and big door events. You ever think about like what happens with the waste? Maybe you haven't. I'm just like, this is me going down a rabbit hole because I be thinking about some things. So, and especially with some of the information that's been coming off on social media. Because the idea is that, a lot of times in when we talk about human waste, let's
Mhm.
talk about piss, pee, urine,
Mhm.
it can actually be processed and broken down into these components that are used in different industries or the scientific setting. So yes,
Ooh.
idea that your pee pee can be used in things like pharmaceuticals. So it had me thinking, you remember you've heard that saying, don't have a pot to piss in,
Yes.
or window to
A
throw it
window
out.
rolled out of? That's like an
That
an
actually came yeah, so that saying actually came from ancient times where people would basically collect their urine in these pots or containers, and they would reuse it or sell it because your pee contained ammonia, and that was really valuable during those times, so they would use it to make soap and cleaning products. So the idea is, like, if you didn't have a pot to piss in, and i.e. be able to reuse it or sell it, you was really, really poor. But that's where the idea came from. Scientists and companies have, they figured this out very, very long time ago that you can extract these compounds out of your biological waste. So urine, for example, it contains urea. And, I was thinking, like, as many times as I've gone to, what's the store that I say I cannot stand? I get, what is it called? Like a TJ Maxx. But a
Mhm.
lot of times you'll see, like, they'll have products like lotions and it'll
Mhm.
be like the urea. And,
Mm.
it doesn't necessarily say it comes from a cow, but you're like, well, where does that come from?
Mm.
So urea is extracted from urine and it's used in skincare products and fertilizers and some of our medical products. So here's what my research found. There's a company in Michigan
Mhm.
and it has designed this filter that collects urine proteins. And then, so they take this filter and they install it in porta potties, men's porta potties in the urinals, which these urinals are owned by Porta John. And you see a Porta John on the side of the road all the
Yeah,
time,
all
right?
the time.
Porta John is a subsidiary of Enzymes of America. So basically, this company markets its urine product or collector called Urokinase. Well, no, this company markets their product to companies like Porta John and Porta Potty to install it because the idea is that it's supposed to kind of take away that urine that old pee smell.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's collecting urokinase, which is an enzyme that supposedly dissolves blood clots and treats victims of heart attacks.
Oh.
So basically, the flow of all of this urine from porta johns all over the country, which, privately owned, but it's used to collect this urokinase or turn the pee into urokinase, which is used to help with unclogging coronary arteries. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. So you don't have to give your permission. Clearly, this is something where it's like you needed to put it somewhere anyway. So
Yeah. So going further down the rabbit hole, there's a company called Aris Serono Group, and they produce a drug called Pergonal. And Pergonal is collected from urine samples of postmenopausal women volunteers in Italy, Spain, Brazil, and Argentina. So they basically take this urine and then they isolate the ovulation enhancing hormone within it. So they take the pee from this group of women and they isolate the a certain hormone out of it. Then they sell it to people pay up to $1,400 a month for this urine extract because it's known to treat for infertility in women.
Mm.
This company makes I got $855 million in sales. That was back in 1992. And they're doing this from it's free source. They just taking a pee. What you
I
got to say?
mean, so I'm hearing you and I'm wow. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense because basically you urine and that's you can take your pregnancy test via the urine, right? And that's where your hormone, yeah, your nay if you're pregnant. So therefore, if they're able to isolate the hormone, is that what you're saying? They isolate this hormone and they're able to help women who are, did you say premenopausal?
No. So they're able to treat women's infertility. So
Infertility.
they
I didn't mean to say
basically
premenopausal.
they
Infertility.
recycle this. They take this pee, they resource it or recycle it, and then they sell it on the market to women looking to
So
get
it's
pregnant.
it's another fertility drug. Like it's
Yeah. But the
another
idea
cleaner
of where
fertility.
hmm?
It's
It's
I'm just
no,
saying
it's
like
I wouldn't say I
to
mean, and
enhance
that's the question.
fertility.
Is it cleaner? No, I don't
I'm just
This is
thinking.
where I'm getting into. I don't know. This is bringing up some interesting questions to me. So okay, so let me just talk about, the idea of which we're talking about is recycling biological materials. So basically turning waste into something usable. So we know that
Okay.
this is what we're
Compost.
talking
We're
about.
composting here.
But what I've been thinking, yeah, okay, but what I've been thinking about is, how much of what we use every day comes from places that we don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
So, I gave, for example, the urea, and I never really thought about it, but, some of the skincare products and, especially when it says wrinkle free, wrinkle free, you get a wrinkle free appearance or on your, in your skincare product. And, if it contains urea. And I always thought that it was coming from,
An animal
I don't know why I thought it was coming from cows, because they'll even have a cow on the on sometimes they'll have a cow on
on the
the
product.
packaging, but
I know
it's
what you're
not
talking about.
necessarily that's where it's
Right.
coming from, the
'Cause-
pee is coming from. Okay, that's one thing. And then, I thought if there was a way to make money by collecting urine, then people wouldn't be spending so much money on ways to get rid of it. So, our plumbing supplies, our bathroom renovations, all of these things that we do to carry out or get out the waste, because we have been taught or we don't know that there is a commodity
I
for
don't know.
this waste. So is there a way to collect it and a way at the same time for the common folk to benefit from it, not from
Right.
these
Uh,
companies that have found a way
what kind of
to
lab
collect
do I
it and
need?
make money? Hmm?
What kind of lab do I need to isolate the
Well,
hormone
right.
needed?
Because can you imagine, like,
I'm a
if
woman, so
what kind of kit do you need? What do I need to be able to sell? It's kind of like recycling. They got us in this
yeah.
idea of recycling.
What,
5 cent. It doesn't really make. It's not. Nobody's going to be making millionaires, but there's a whole business that
$1,400?
there's a whole market. Billions of dollars that is being made because
You're
the common
reusing
folk have
urine.
got into recycling. We're which is I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying. So let's translate that to this. I'm talking about pee for now. So then there's human waste. So it is alleged. And no, I think I'm not even gonna say it's alleged because there's numbers that prove it, that millions of acres of just the US farmland contain PFAs, or which is basically forever chemicals. So, these are things that don't break down. So like, for example, the plastic packaging around your food. That
Mhm.
stuff can be around for ages after we're all long
Mhm.
gone. That stuff will
Mhm.
still be around.
Mhm.
The Teflon in our pots and our pans, the stuff does not erode. It's not biodegradable. It doesn't go back to
Mhm.
the earth. And the thing is
Mhm.
that these forever chemicals increase the risk of certain cancers, especially testicular cancer. You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Kidney cancer, disrupt the hormones. We've heard about that with thyroid issues,
Mhm.
immune system suppression, fertility issues, pregnancy
Mhm.
complications, developmental effects in children. All of these things from these forever chemicals, which come from the human waste. And
Mhm.
on top of that, then we talk about microplastics.
Woo.
That's been a buzzword. We've heard about it a lot, but
Mhm.
you think about it. Most of our life is centers around plastic.
You ain't
I
know.
mean, it does. We eat off of it, we sleep on it, we breathe it, we put it in our mouths, we
Bottled
put it
waters,
in our hair,
Ziploc
all
bags.
everything. We breathe it in.
Mhm.
It's all over. So the idea is that these biosolids, or human waste, is
Mhm.
used as fertilizer. So basically these toxic chemicals and the metals, they
Mhm.
get into the land because we in the United States here, we have this idea of sewage to sludge. So
Sewage
basically
system.
taking sewage and
Mhm.
processing it to turn into this sludge that can be used as fertilizer.
Ooh, I
I
threw
mean,
up a
we
little
know
bit.
this. Yeah, and how many times I've heard people say you can tell the difference when you maybe pass by a farm or you pass by, a plot of land,
Huh?
where you could tell the difference between manure, horse
Uh-huh.
manure, cow manure, and human waste.
Oh
The
yeah.
smell is very, very different.
Yes.
So the idea is that human waste is being used to fertilize the
Mm.
land.
But
Okay, so in 2022, Maine was the first and I think is the only state that banned basically the sewer to sludge modality. So you can't use human waste as fertilizer
only in
because
Maine.
only in Maine, because they found forever chemicals and toxic chemicals and microplastics in their water and their soil and their crops. So they just basically said like, no, we're not doing it anymore. But that doesn't mean that it's still not happening, which it is.
Right. This is
Mm.
gross. This is a nasty thing. But then I'm over here thinking at the same time, I'm like, how can I get my Breaking Bad lab set up in my garage
I hear
to
you.
get this party started for $1,400 a pop? If I'm not using it and I know that I release it how many times a day, if I can help somebody out for a small fee and just tell me how I can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, a little Breaking Bad lab in my garage
I get it.
to work.
Because
But,
Porta Potty, Porta John, these companies, they figured it out.
but
They figured out a way to
make
make
it
hundreds of
useful.
millions of dollars off of this market.
And I would always think that if what you said, urea, I'm making it sound pretty, if it is in some of these products that we use daily, I would always assume that, it's an animal. Never assume that there was human waste in any lotion that I have on the counter right here
I
from TJ
know.
Maxx with the cow on the front. That
And
smells so nice.
you would think they don't have to necessarily tell you that.
No, they
So you're
don't.
not gonna look on the package and see, Johnson's name on it saying it's
John.
his pee
John
that
from the John.
that was used, or his waste
John.
that was used to make your wrinkle-free cream for your face.
Because I know that some things that exit the body are used. So like I know in some countries, like when women have babies, I know that they eat the placenta. It is a tribal thing. I know of that. It's supposed to be so good for you, the nutrients. Oh my God, it's the best thing for you, the placenta. But that's what I've heard. I know that some people enjoy urine during sex. Even that is a thing. What else in terms of people eating? And I know that there's cannibalism going on. Don't want to get into that. So it leads me to believe that, yeah, if there can be money made off of a porta potty, which is on the side of the road. Matter of fact, there's one right over here where they're doing construction. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds what we're saying is not too far fetched, is what I'm saying. It's not not too far fetched. Sounds about right. Because where does it go? You're right.
Yeah. So again, we just bringing it up so that you can be aware and be discerning, but just know that this is happening everywhere. Yeah.
But
So,
I'm like, but
it don't go nowhere. You think like, oh, it don't go off this planet. It goes right back into the ecosystem and somebody profits off of it.
wow, but only Maine. Maine is the one. They're like, you're not gonna be putting shit on
Well,
our
as far as I
land.
know, Maine is the only state
They
that
keeping
has
it clean.
pretty much banned the use of sewage to fertilize the land.
Maine is supposedly very clean. Supposedly. They clean out
Possibly.
there and they try to keep it very white as well.
So it is. Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
That was fun.
Moving on.
If you have a question or comment for the Weekend D Report, go to our link tree, which is linktree/twistpod. Scroll to the bottom and send us an email or leave us a voicemail. We always appreciate that. So each week, we will unpack a chapter of our upcoming book, The Player's Heartbreak Handbook, or survival guide for your heart, your wallet, and your peace. We're writing this book for anybody who has loved, which is all of us, hard. You learn harder because sometimes the lessons hit before the healing does. Bam, bam, bam. Our working title tonight is I Don't Know. But I said to my sister earlier, I was looking at a meme or thread on Instagram, and it basically had a post saying, ladies, what was some of the wildest lies a man has ever told you? And this thread went on and on and on, and I was cracking up. And I thought, you know what? This is perfect for the Weekend D. I'm just going to go through some of these for a good kiki, and it'll really jog your memory of some lies that you've really been told. And I know I have some good ones too. I feel like I could have participated in this. Like I got some good ones, but I'm gonna read them and we can laugh. So this one woman says she'll never forget the guy. He said he had 2 toothbrushes because one was for his top teeth and one was for his bottom teeth. Playa. Wait,
Classy.
better. I need it for both. Like, why you got 2? Okay, if you say so. This one, he told me he wasn't with a friend of mine that he was always keying it up with. He was drunk. He called me randomly one night, swearing he wasn't with her. He didn't realize he was calling me from her phone.
Dummy. Dumbass.
That'll get you. How about this? Found tampons in his bathroom. I don't and have never used tampons, and I always told him how much I hated them. His explanation: I bought them because I like to soak them and use them to wipe the sink. Right? Make you fall out your chair. Really, player? Isn't that terrible? Wait. Saw a post a year ago. Okay. Lady found heels under his bed. He said he uses them to fix his light bulbs. These are good. He had a basketball game, and I was at his house doing his laundry. A condom fell out of his pants pocket. He said my homie was using my pants and he left it in there. Dated a man who faked a heart disease and a heart surgery and came to my house 2 days after his open heart surgery with store-bought Band-Aids lined up vertically down his chest. Wait a minute. Found scratches on his back, and he said it's from him using a wire hanger to scratch the hard places.
I've heard something like that.
And we're going to judge these. That's one. He told me he didn't answer the door when I came to drop off our children for this weekend, for his weekend, because he read a book on self-hypnosis and put himself in a fugue state for 3 days. FUGUE for 3 days. He didn't answer the door with the kids. So I thought, they're all bullshit. This is good stuff. The tampon ones I would never buy. The scratches on the back with the wire hanger, that may have
I've heard that before. I've heard something like that before. Like, what?
Yeah. That's that's some good bullshit. Another good bullshit was the toothbrushes is bullshit. But the
They are
condom
bullshit.
falling
I
out,
mean, have you ever I'm just trying, if I had to go through my repertoire of like some bullshit I've heard, like,
small bull.
oh, but what was the last one I can remember was like, it was like a 8 days, like didn't he? I don't know what happened, whatever. And he said, what did he say? He got really sick. I was like, you were sick for 8, because I don't think he realized the time. And he was like, I got sick and was out for a few days. But I was like, but that's 8 days.
For real?
So, he was trying to figure out, when did I get sick? But the thing was like, but you was sick like that for 8 days?
You didn't go to the hospital?
Cause that was right, and you was home, like not dying. Like
Right.
it didn't make no sense. But okay, you know what? You like it, I love it. Okay,
right. And the thing is that when you lie and give us a shit, what I feel like they don't know is sometime we'll nod our head and let you rock, and we know you're lying, and we just kind of
like it'd be too much.
Yeah, like, you know what? Just for you, it's an insult. You're insulting my intelligence. I think there was one where it was always, I got locked up last night. Oh, Leia. I'd be like, what happened? What happened? Oh, man. And it was just like, oh, you just think I'm a stupid Jersey girl, right? Like, okay. All right. This is
You went to
fool me
jail.
once, fool me twice. Like, so you just keep getting locked up every time on your way to Jersey, you keep getting locked up.
No, I remember this guy I was dating, and he had a daughter with this woman. And he kept going over there like late at night. He was like, because the daughter, he liked to put her to sleep, and then he would fall asleep. I'd be like, so you fell asleep at her place every night.
That's the best. That's
okay.
Now that's a good one. Because I got my alibi.
Because and it was a good one because it's like, but after a while, I was like, I don't even believe that no more. Like you all, and I fall asleep too. So you there the whole night and not answer your phone, nothing.
Nothing.
Get out of here.
What better way to say I'm sleeping at this house? What better way to say it? Like, yeah, I'm sleeping at this house.
To sleep. And and I fell asleep too. And you hear your phone, you hear nothing, and the whole afternoon next day. Okay. All right. Just, it is an insult. Like, do you really think?
Yeah.
But I'm more like, you know what? My name is not Inspector Gadget. I'm not going to try to figure out nothing. If you like it, I love it.
I don't feel like it.
And I'll be over here.
Yeah. I don't feel like
while you're over there.
Let me tell you, the effort you put into it, I learned that God sometimes will give you a little envelope. He'd be like, here, I just wanted to give this to you really quick. You weren't thinking anything about it. You ever uncover some shit you weren't even looking for? You'd be like,
oh yeah, just to see, like,
I wasn't even looking for this. Thank you for, oh my God. Yeah, I've definitely found some shit out that I was not even looking for. Like, oh,
no, I remember one time the dude, we in it, his other phone rang. Now, I didn't know he had another phone.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I'm like, what? Oh, it's for my job. What job? I thought you work for whatever. It was not true. Like, oh, you got a whole nother life going on.
Oh shit.
Can I see the phone? It's your work phone. Then it should be work on it. No. Can't see the work phone. Okay.
Wait. One of my girlfriends told me how she got into it with her man and they were driving and she grabbed his phone and had got into it. And the mix of it, he got the phone from her and he threw his own phone out the window.
I know that's right.
Whenever she told me that story, I would laugh so hard. He was like, I am not getting caught today. He threw his own phone out the window. Got it from her. Put that shit out the window. I was like, well, damn. If that ain't caught, then I don't know what else is.
I just
was it worth it? That's all I can say. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it
And then,
worth it?
right, at the end of the day, like, is all of that worth it? Is all of
Was
it
it really
worth it
worth
to
it?
you to just be a liar? Because
Yeah.
when I think I'm like, that's all I remember you as a liar.
Ooh,
I don't remember nothing else.
you low down
Dick
dirty
could be
liar.
Dick might have been on point, but I can't remember because I just remember you as a liar.
Yeah, I remember you was a liar, and you put a lot of effort into your lie because lies take
Mhm.
a lot of freaking effort, yo. It's like you got to remember your lie. It's just too
Oof.
much. I don't feel like it. I like peace of mind. As I grow, I just want peace
That's
of
why I
mind.
said I like it. I love it. I am
Mm-mm.
not.
I don't
You
feel
ain't
like
got to worry
it.
about me. You
That's
ain't got
enough.
to worry about me.
I just like to just leave my phone because I have a habit of leaving my phone by accident. Where's my phone? Can you get my phone? I can imagine if I'm running game. Oh my god, I'm like, my phone. Look. There before. I don't need that for my blood pressure.
Gosh.
I don't need that pressure in my life. I don't play those games. I don't play those games no more.
Yeah,
Nope.
that was a good one. That was good. That was a good
Yeah,
Kiki.
yeah. I think we all have some
Mhm.
stories that we can look back on and be like, we were lied to. Nodded our head. Shit, you could have been the liar, but no, we're
Mhm.
focusing on when you're lied to.
Mhm.
Somebody try to run game on you. That's the kicker. Because sometimes
Oh man.
you have
Ooh,
to
that was
like he didn't think that one through. Like what he tell you, girl? Like he didn't think that one through. He didn't.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let him live though.
Not
I'm
at
gonna let him
all.
live. Okay.
Mm,
So I'm gonna get to my jam
okay. Ratchet Minute.
real quick.
Sounds
So
good. I'm here for it.
okay, so I was in the car jamming the other day because that's just what I do. My car jams, and what came on
My car jams.
was Everything She Wants by
Mhm.
Wham, the George Michael. George Michael was in Wham. This came out in 1984. I would love to say this
Woo!
is before my time, and it just happens to be a classic song that still runs and still plays. But when I tell you this, oh, and he is just jamming, and he's mad at the world because like this woman just has him working, and some people, work for money, and he's just like, but oh man,
Somebody tell me.
won't you tell me? Oh, it's
Mhm.
so hard. And he says to give you money. He works so hard to give him money. And then I'm like, woo! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Some people work for fun, girl. I just work for you. I tell you that I'm happy if you want me to. And
That
now you're
or the
saying that you're having my baby. He's pissed. He's so mad. It's definitely a toe tapper and a finger snapper.
Mhm.
It is definitely a jam.
To this
But this
day.
this is
To
this is
this
yeah, to this
day.
day. This is George Michael. And y'all know this too. So don't act like that.
Oh
Y'all know
man,
this song right here.
this is
George
this to
Michael.
me perfect 80s song. Perfect 80s song. Little catchy, little something, you know. And man, George Michael was my favorite. One of my
Oh yeah.
favorites.
God rest him,
Definitely.
right?
Yep. This is before George Michael got to be a how you doing. Like before he came out of the closet, he
Mm-hmm.
was whining about having his baby with this
Yeah.
with this chick.
Lies, all lies.
All the lies, all of the lies.
He was
Like just
hellering. He was heller all the
he
time, but
went he
it didn't
went
matter.
right to that mall bathroom and came out. Remember that? It was a whole scandal.
I
He was getting
know.
head or
He
giving
was
head or
caught.
something.
But we
But
didn't care.
let's not take away from his legacy. Like
Right. I'm like, I didn't
man.
care. Good for him because he came out with Freedom after that and let it be known. And he put all the models in his video. And that was a hot video and it was a hot
Mhm.
song. And it just was like nobody really cared. Like, oh, okay, he's a gay man. Like, so what? But he's still fine though. George Michael, you was still fine. I don't care.
Yep. George Papadopoulos or whatever his real name was. But
Oh
God rest
yeah.
him, like, man, this is such a great song. Oh my gosh. Like,
Somebody
you know
tell
it's great when you can
me.
play it like today, right now, and still rock out, still jam.
Yeah, he worked so hard to give her money. To give you money. That's what I'm talking. That's my kind of man. That's a man's man. Look at him.
He wasn't
Look at
happy
him
about
go.
it though.
I know, and that's why. Then he went to Freedom after
He was
that. Like, you
mad.
know what? Remix this shit. I'm sick of this shit.
He wasn't happy about that.
Nope,
Yeah.
clearly. But
But
anyway, that's my
classic.
jam. That's
Classic.
my
I love it.
classic. To give you money. Woo! Boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
Okay, I can't hit that note, George. Only George can do it.
Yes,
That's my
rest my
granddaughter, George.
Georgie. All right, y'all. Look, if you enjoyed this episode, please do us a favor, like it, comment, share it with a friend, and subscribe. That helps us grow this channel, and that's how we keep our community strong. Also, watch us on our new YouTube channel. That's The Real TwizPod, and make sure you're following us on Instagram at TwizPod. If you have a question for the Weekend D Report, or you want to leave us a voice message, or you're looking for merch and everything TwizPod, then you can go to our link. That's linktree/TwizPod. Twist Pod.
Yes. And if you want to keep up with my comedy shows, podcast appearances, and TV events, as always, you can go to my website, which is shataracurry.com. Thank you all for listening, rocking with us, spreading the word. As always, until next time, stay healthy, stay well. Peace.
Peace, y'all.